The NFL draft anticipation is reaching an absolute fever pitch for the New York Giants. Former standout Steve Smith is dropping truth bombs on why the team needs to avoid certain prospects and pivot toward Carnell Tate instead of Jordan Tyson. It all comes down to the recovery timeline for star wide receiver Malik Nabers, who is still fighting back to full strength after a brutal knee injury. Smith warns that, with head coach John Harbaugh running such high intensity practices, the team cannot afford to gamble on players with lingering soft tissue issues.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Draft expert Dane Brugler is shaking up the boards with his final mock draft projections for the New York Giants. He is pointing directly at Ohio State defender Caleb Downs as the potential target at pick number 5, while suggesting that offensive tackle Francis Mauigoa could be the answer at number 10. There is massive speculation about whether the front office will prioritize raw talent over positional value, or if they have a secret plan up their sleeves that nobody in the media has figured out yet. The New York Giants have officially unveiled their strategic master plan for their 5th overall pick, Arvell Reese. General Manager Joe Scone and head coach John Harbaugh are looking to weaponize Reese by utilizing his incredible versatility across the front 7 as both an inside and weak side linebacker. Analysts are already buzzing about how his athleticism will transform the defense alongside veteran Tremaine Edmunds and a high-octane pass rush rotation featuring Brian Burns and Abdul Carter. It is a brand new era in Giantsland, as the 2026 NFL Draft Tracker is officially live and buzzing with activity. From the selection of Arvell Reese to the massive addition of Francis Mauigoa at number 10, the team is checking off every major box needed to compete at the highest level. We are tracking every single pick and every major analysis move as this draft continues to unfold. Do not miss a single update on your favorite team, so hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay ahead of all the breaking draft news. Ever wonder how one single injury report can completely flip a franchise's draft strategy on its head? That is exactly what is happening in the Giants' front office right now. Everyone is playing armchair GM ahead of the 2026 draft, but NFL legend Steve Smith just dropped a perspective that's making everyone pause. While the draft chatter has been swirling around names like Jordan Tyson, Smith is pounding the table for Carnell Tate instead. And the reason? It all comes down to the health of Malik Nabers. See, Nabers is still fighting his way back from that brutal ACL and meniscus tear from last season. Smith's point is razor sharp. The Giants don't need more medical question marks. They need a plug-and-play weapon. If they draft someone like Tyson, who has a laundry list of past injuries, they are essentially rolling the dice on their entire receiving core. Smith knows better than most what it's like to play under the intense, high-octane practice regime of John Harbaugh. He explicitly warned that if you have a history of soft tissue issues, the heat and the intensity of that locker room will chew you up and spit you out. To Smith, it's not just about raw talent, it's about availability. Why gamble on a project player when you have a star like Nabers who needs a buffer to safely return to form? It's a classic debate of upside versus reliability, and right now, the Giants are under immense pressure to pick someone who can suit up on day one. So, what do you think? Should the Giants take the safe route with Tate or chase the ceiling of a prospect like Tyson? Drop a comment below with your draft pick, and remember, in the NFL, the best ability is always availability. The clock is ticking, the draft board is set, and in just a few short hours, the future of the New York Giants will change forever. We are officially in the endgame, and that means one thing: the final wave of mock drafts from the biggest names in the business. Dane Brugler of The Athletic just dropped his final prediction, and he's putting 2 heavy hitters on the Giants' radar: Caleb Downs and Francis Mauigoa. But here's the real question. Are we looking at a classic John Harbaugh masterclass, or are we being fed a carefully crafted smokescreen? Brugler has the Giants grabbing Downs at number 5 and Mauigoa at number 10. It's a bold move that essentially says, positional value be damned. Now, I know there is a vocal segment of the fan base that loves hearing that, but let's pump the brakes. Does it really make sense for a coach known as the Prince of Analytics to suddenly abandon the spreadsheet? I have my doubts. The comparison to the Kyle Hamilton pick is tempting, but that only works if the front office views Downs as a generational, Tier 1 talent. Are they really willing to make a historic investment in a position where they already have young talent? That's a massive gamble. Then there's the bizarre saga of Sonny Styles. 1 minute, he's the perfect fit for this defense, and the next, every major pundit is singing from the same hymn sheet, claiming the Giants are completely out on him. A 180-degree turn from every outlet in 48 hours. I call shenanigans. When everyone is saying the exact same thing at the exact same time, you aren't looking at reporting, you're looking at a narrative being pushed. Either something leaked behind the scenes, or someone is trying very hard to influence the board. Considering how airtight Joe Scone's regime has been, this lockstep consensus feels like a total setup. Something is definitely moving in the shadows, and we're going to find out exactly what it is tonight. Who do you want to see standing on that stage in a Giants jersey? Let me know in the comments below. Smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our live post-draft breakdown. Because in the NFL, the truth always comes out when the clock hits 0. What if I told you the New York Giants just turned their defense into a total nightmare for opposing quarterbacks? With the 5th overall pick in the 2026 draft, Big Blue shocked everyone by snagging Arvell Reese out of Ohio State. Now, the big question is, where exactly does this Swiss Army knife fit in? General Manager Joe Scone and new head coach John Harbaugh aren't just throwing darts at a wall. They have a calculated plan. According to Dan Duggan of The Athletic, the team is set to deploy Reese as an inside and weak side linebacker within Dennard Wilson's highly flexible defensive scheme. ESPN's Benjamin Solak hit the nail on the head when he suggested that playing Reese as a stack linebacker next to Tremaine Edmunds is the smartest move for his development. Let's be honest, for years, the Giants have been desperate for genuine sideline-to-sideline speed at the heart of their defense. Micah McFadden is a gamer, sure, but Reese brings a level of downhill aggression and comfort in space that changes the entire identity of the unit. Now you might be thinking, what about the pass rush? With Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, and Kayvon Thibodeaux already in the building, adding Reese feels like an embarrassment of riches. In fact, despite all the trade rumors surrounding Thibodeaux, Adam Schefter confirmed the Giants aren't moving him. They aren't looking to consolidate. They're looking to suffocate offenses with a versatile quartet of edge rushers who can attack from any angle. It's a bold philosophy, clearly mirroring the front office belief that you can never have enough athleticism in the front 7. Whether he's anchoring the second level or pinning his ears back to hunt the quarterback, Reese is the ultimate force multiplier. What do you think of the Giants doubling down on defensive firepower instead of hunting for a traditional edge rusher? Let me know your take in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the shifting landscape of the NFL. After all, championships are built in the trenches, and the Giants are betting everything that they've just found their missing piece. Is the momentum finally shifting for the New York Giants? After a season of heavy expectations, the Big Blue faithful have every reason to be optimistic as we head into the 2026 NFL Draft. With 8 picks in the war chest, the front office has a golden opportunity to retool a roster that is looking for some serious upgrades. Heading into Pittsburgh, the shopping list is clear. The Giants need to plug that massive hole on the interior line left by the Dexter Lawrence trade, patch up a thin defensive secondary, and find a legitimate WR2 to take the pressure off Malik Nabers. What makes this draft particularly electric is the double dip in the top 10. With 2 first-round picks, new head coach John Harbaugh has the chance to set the tone immediately and solidify this roster's identity from day 1. Let's look at how they've started. With the 5th overall pick, the Giants snagged Arvell Reese, the linebacker out of Ohio State, a high-motor playmaker who brings instant energy to the middle of the field. Then, at pick number 10, acquired via Cincinnati, they grabbed Francis Mauigoa, the offensive tackle from Miami. Protecting the pocket is clearly a priority, and Mauigoa is a massive building block for the future of this offensive line. Looking ahead, the team still holds picks at 37, 105, 145, 186, 192, and 193. There is a lot of talent left on the board, and the late-round value could be the difference between a good season and a deep playoff run. What do you think of Harbaugh's opening moves? Is Reese the defensive anchor we've been waiting for, or should they have gone in a different direction? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more draft coverage. Remember, the draft isn't just about filling gaps, it's about drafting the culture that eventually builds a championship team.